I'm JNF MMA. This is my recap and breakdown of UFC 312. Jenkins to Plessis versus Strickland 2. Pretty decent card. Couple finishes. Jubli got knocked out bad. Justin Tafa's done. Great war between Cody, Steele, and Ronju. Tatiana Suarez. Wrestling credentials don't mean anything. She got smoked by Wailing. Drake is Plessis. And still cannot wait to see him versus Chamaya. Strickland does not improve as the fight goes on, like I said. Let's get on, bro. If I had to rate this card, I'd give it like a 6. Wasn't really crazy. There was no really like good fight values or anything. Like there was no like good big names like that would make the card like really good. But on to the first fight. Quillan Salkilld versus Anshul. I picked it Quillan Salkilld to beat Jubli, and in the first round, Salkilld feints left, lands the overhand right, drops Jubli, and just it was an early stoppage, but it was a good one because Jubli was in like a fetal position as soon as he got dropped, which is not something you want to show the ref after you got dropped. But great win by Salkilld. I think the ref did had some money on him because he jumped on Jubli and did not even give him time to get that double leg. But yeah, great win by Salkilld. Jubli! Sorry, man, you're getting cut. On to the next fight, though. We have Kevin Jousset versus Jonathan Micallef. I don't know. I picked Kevin Jousset to win this fight. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did horrible on picks. I got the main card right. But some of these picks, bro, there's some bad, they're like no names, dude. You don't really care about these guys. But whatever. I picked Jousset to win this fight in the first round. Micallef won, bro. He dropped Jousset with a head kick, and he really like visibly damaged him with body kicks really bad. Jousset was kind of still in there throwing some good jabs and stuff, but he didn't really change it up. He didn't go for a takedown or anything in this fight. Like, this guy was just like kind of just swinging it out, you know, going to body kick war with Jonathan Micallef, and you're not gonna win. Like, Jonathan Micallef has really good kicks. He showed it in this fight. I think Kevin Jousset just didn't really have it like that, and he didn't like show any signs of improvement going on into the next round. And in the second round, Micallef just continued with the kicks, and he really just was hitting Jousset with some really good shots. Honestly, Jousset was obviously tagging Micallef in there, but Micallef was landing like really good head kicks, passing through the guard of Jousset. Like, it was just, you know, he was just winning the fight. In the third round, Micallef was landing way heavier like leg kicks now, and I thought Jousset won the third round. He was kind of tagging him up a bit on the feet, landing some really good shots, but I think Micallef won the first 2 rounds, and I think it was a good win by Micallef, bro. Beating Kevin Jousset on your UFC debut is a really good win, man, and great win by Jonathan Micallef. But let's talk about this little war we had between Rong versus Cody Steele. I picked Cody Steele to win this fight. Another American prospect goes down pretty bad, bro. But hey, he scrapped it out. I'll give him that. He might have lost his O, but scrapped it out was Rong. In the first round, it started off pretty slow. Both guys kind of like feeling each other out on the feet. But as soon as Cody Steele went for the takedown and Rong reversed it, and both of these guys got back up, they were swinging at each other, getting each other, like both hurting each other in the round. I just think Rong had way better shots, bro. He was landing some really harder shots in the first round. In the second round, Rong drops Cody Steele, and he really just starts to feel himself on the feet. Rong was hitting Cody Steele with some nasty 1-2s, just tagging him every single time he wanted to. And in the last round, both guys were just swinging at each other. Rong obviously landing the better shots, and with 20 seconds left, these guys were swinging it out. Gladiators in there. Rong 24 years old, up in there. Unanimous decision win. What a fight. This one was fight of the night, obviously. Salkilld got I think Salkilld and Micallef got performance bonuses of the night. But great fight. This fight was amazing to watch. Really got the card up started. I thought the card was gonna be good after this, but then it kind of quickly died as soon as we're gonna talk about the next fight. Colby Thickness versus Aleksandre Topuria. I always say Pantoja. Aleksandre Topuria. I picked Aleksandre Topuria to win this fight, and he did. He won this fight. Did he look good out there? He did. I feel like he was just really loading up a lot, and not really like Topuria that he's flowing out there with his boxing. But in the first round, Thickness really had more output though. Topuria's style of just looking for the heavy shot and just swinging and trying to connect. It's just it's a little bit awkward between it's not like Topuria that he's there's really swinging out there and he's putting output, but whatever. He had more style points. He had the heavier shots. He almost dropped Thickness though with an uppercut. He did get a suplex in the first round, which is pretty nasty. And he was just really looking to explode. He was just there waiting to see if Thickness would leave an opening so he could hit him. But in the second round, Topuria kept landing the heavier shots. He almost landed a nasty wheel kick on Thickness. But Thickness was just really weird with this movement. And just he would still land shots, but he was just really weird with this movement. Just moving a lot. And in the third round, Topuria stuffed the takedown. Got back up. Thickness gets to the cage. He gets up to the cage, but he gets away. Topuria gets it. He goes for another takedown. Topuria stuffs it, gets on top, and he just pure top position the entire third round. It was a little boring to watch. He didn't really go for the ground and pound finish. He still wins by decision though. What was this fight a little bit overhyped because we had Volk in one corner and Ilia Topuria in one corner, and it's Ilia's brother and Volk's training partner. Yeah, I was a little overhyped, but whatever. It was still a decent fight to watch. I do think that Topuria in the future could fight Peyton Talbot. That'd be two really good names if Peyton Talbot can get on a win streak or something, and they just want to shoot up Topuria. They'll be okay, here's Talbot. But pretty good win for Topuria. He went out there, fought a guy on short notice or whatever. He showed that he beat a real guy, a real fighter, not some cruddy guy that he's been fighting on the regional scene. So good fight, good win by Aleksandre Topuria. On to the next fight. This one, I'm gonna be a little bit Macopo little. Not too much though. Cong Wang versus Bruna Brasil. I picked Bruna Brasil to win this fight, and Bruna Brasil was just not fast enough and decided, no, I'm not gonna grapple with Cong Wang. I don't know why fighters nowadays, when they see they're getting pieced up on the feet, they don't want to grapple. They're just oh, let me not grapple. Let me just not, But whatever. In the first round, Wang was killing this chick, bro, with the leg kicks. Bruna was hitting spins, not even doing anything, just literally doing this, just she literally just spun for no reason, and I'm here yo, Bruna, what are you doing, bro? Come on. But she wasn't really doing anything with that, and Wang, she did hit Wang with a little bit of leg kicks that had her leg red, but Wang was still really crispy on the feet and tagging Bruna Brasil or whatever. And in the second round, Bruna wasn't doing anything. She was just there trying to survive Wang, honestly, and avoid Wang's really heavy strikes. But Wang was just too fast for her, and it was kind of the same story in the third round. She just overpowered her. Overpowered Bruna Brasil. Cong Wang, she might have looked bad against Gabriela Fernandez, but dude, she has a future in this division. And great win by Wang King. Or Wang King, Cong Wang, I don't care. The Joker, we're gonna call her. On to the next fight. We have Nolan versus Viacheslav Borshchev. This was a really good fight. This was a super good fight. I picked Borshchev to win though, and Nolan pulled out the dub. He looked really good. His cardio was really good. He kept up with Borshchev striking. In the first round, you gotta give it to Nolan. It was close, but he landed the better shots. In the second round, Borshchev was hitting Nolan with some heavy shots. Nolan was fast on the feet, and he kind of knew he could win. But Borshchev won the second round. I thought it was like 1-1. Borshchev had way better strikes. And in the third round, Borshchev had some control time on the ground, but Nolan, I think with the first 2 rounds, and that third round, he was cooking Borshchev a little bit. It was a great win by Nolan, dude, beating a veteran like Borshchev like that. Yeah. On to the next fight. Because I was just... Bro, at this point, I was doing so bad in picks. I was like, bro, at least these fights, let them be good. And we got the featured prelim right here in Jack Jenkins versus Gabriel Santos. Now, I picked Jack Jenkins to win this fight, and the man decided to fumble it in the first round, dude. It was a crazy start to the first round. Like, he lands a head kick on Santos, drops Santos. Santos survives the ground and pound. I don't know what the heck Jack Jenkins was doing, but he should have gotten the TKO finish, and he didn't. Somehow Santos gets Jack Jenkins in an arm triangle, and this man is stuck there, looking like he's about to tap. Somehow gets out, gets the takedown to end the round, but he doesn't get the TKO finish still. And I'm like, damn, Jack Jenkins. Gabriel Santos is bigger than you. He's a lot stronger than you. And that was your only chance to finish him, because in the second round, Santos went out there and he just got on Josh Jenkins or what. He got on Jenkins and decided to just ground and pound to win the second round. And in the third round, he landed a nasty front kick that hurt Jenkins. Takes Jenkins to the ground, finishes him with a rear naked choke. And Jack Jenkins just had to tap, bro. That rear naked choke was tight. Didn't cover his neck. Great win by Gabriel Santos. I did say that Gabriel Santos had a real good chance at beating Jack Jenkins, and he did. I should have gone with Gabriel Santos. Gotta go with my gut sometimes. I just thought Jack Jenkins was gonna look good on the feet, but he also lost a lot of aura cutting his head off. But let's get on to the main card. We have Jake Matthews versus Francisco Prado. I picked Jake Matthews to win. He won this fight. In the first round, Jake Matthews was getting up some really good shots. Up the middle, landing the uppercut. Prado did take Jake Matthews down, but Matthews was landing the better shot. Yo, I'm gonna be honest, Francisco Prado. Why are you in this weight class? Welterweight is not for you. Go move down. Yes, you have the judober build, and you're supposed to be like what Matthews is. You're supposed to be like the stronger, big-headed opponent with a really good chin, with good striking, and he is. But I feel like if he goes a weight class down, he would dominate there. He would be really good. But Jake Matthews just overall dominated with this boxing in the second round. He kept it up. Prado just tried to do something out there, but he couldn't. He couldn't. Like, Matthews just did a really good job landing the 1-2. He looked really technical out there, and in the third round, Matthews just landed way better shots. Really good boxing. I think Prado's just way too small for the division. I just go down to lightweight, bro. Just go down to lightweight. I hope it's not his last fight in the UFC. He's a really good prospect. He's really young. I feel like he can grow in the UFC. Just give him time. But yeah, great win by Jake Matthews. Before the next fight, they decided to put Izzy versus Gastelum into the Hall of Fame after Izzy got knocked out by off. They just, they gave him like a little like regalito, which means like a little gift, like, here's for losing to off. We feel bad for you. Like your downfall is looking like Izzy's downfall needs to be studied, and they were like, yo, here's a little, you're in the Hall of Fame with Gastelum. So hopefully Izzy's okay. But we move on to the next fight. Jimmy Crute versus Rodolfo Bellato. This was a really good fight, honestly. Jimmy Crute came out here to fight. His mullet is super weird. I'm not gonna talk about his mullet, but yeah. In the first round, Bellato really shot himself into a takedown. I don't know what he was doing there, but like he made Jimmy Crute got probably like the easiest takedown in his career, and he just basically stayed on top. And whenever they got to the feet, Crute dropped Bellato. He did hit him with a nasty spinning body kick that looked really good. Crute with his weird little jiggly wiggly legs. Bellato did survive to the next round, but I gave that first round to Crute. He really looked good in that first round. Here on out, though, it was a really close fight. Really close fight. And you could probably say that Bellato dominated the rest of the way. In the second round, Bellato did a really good job with landing the kicks, looking like Pereira out there. He was landing really good shots to Jimmy Crute's legs, bro, that made him look like he was again standing on Legos, bro. But Jimmy Crute did a good job hurting Bellato a couple times in that round. I still think Bellato won that round, though. In the last round, though, it's 1-1 for sure, and Bellato just decides to turn it up and hit Crute with everything. Crute was landing some really good shots. It was a majority draw. Jimmy Crute does get lucky, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. This man was on like a 3-fight losing streak, and he pulls out a draw, bro. If he would have lost here, he would have gotten cut. But I think they should run it back. I think whoever loses gets cut from the UFC. But overall, it's a pretty good fight. I thought Bellato at least won. Then the commentary team decides to announce that Brandon Moreno versus Steve Versick is confirmed for Mexico City. Kind of was going to make a video on that. Maybe I will now that it's confirmed. There's a couple fights that kind of like got confirmed like couple weeks back. But let's get on to the featured fight in this card. We have Justin Tafa versus Salkilld Teixeira. I picked Justin Tafa to win this fight. And he got smoked. Teixeira basically gets this man to the cage, got him in the clinch, lands a nasty elbow that shatters to Tafa's nose. Like, you just see it go flat after that elbow lands. He drops to the ground and shells up, and Aleksandre Teixeira, with his long, lanky, should be on the court, should be on the NBA looking ass, but he went out there and just made it look easy on Justin Tafa in his debut. And bro, he has the, like, this guy really looks like you got like into UFC 5 and you just made that character. Dude, that spider tattoo looks so generic as hell, but whatever. Aleksandre Teixeira, he's like a skinny, long, fat heavyweight, and he went out there and he knocked out Justin Tafa. I did say that he did have a chance to knock out Justin Tafa. I just didn't know it would be that easy. But yeah, Justin Tafa, after getting the Tafa gang tattoo on his back, might get cut from the UFC now. But yeah, great win by Aleksandre Teixeira. I can see Aleksandre Teixeira like fighting someone close to the rankings. Please don't put this guy against Kennedy Usuchuku. Let these guys rise up together. If you're gonna start cutting like, Jairzinho Rozenstruik and other, heavyweights that we think are like, at least should be ranked, at least, make these prospects, get to the rankings a little bit easier. Heavyweight's not that good right now. But we move on to the co-main event. Zhang Weili versus Tatiana Suarez. I picked Tatiana Suarez to win because I thought her wrestling credentials, her being undefeated, her being the taller opponent, the lengthier opponent, I thought she would have an easier time grappling Zhang Weili. But doesn't matter what they say about American wrestling. That thing is trash, bro. Like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a black belt from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu goes out there and chokes any American wrestler, any collegiate American wrestler, dude. Like, Bo Nichols is soon to be fraudulent type shit. But, Suarez did take down Wei Li in, like, the most funniest way ever in that first round. She looked like she, you know when you're watching Scooby-Doo, when Shaggy is running like this, and Scooby's there running behind him, that looked like Tatiana Suarez, like going like this, like running like Velma to get the takedown on Wei Li. That was the funniest thing ever. But she basically jumped Gilly, didn't really do much, gave top position to Wei Li, and to end the first round, you could have gave that round to either girl, but I gave it to probably Suarez. I'd give that first round to Suarez, because after that, it was pure domination. You could have gave that round to Wei Li, but after that, it was pure domination. In the second round, man, Wei Li had her way with this girl, dude. She had her way with this girl on the ground, landing ground and pound. I don't even know why the commentary team, dude, that they were just so worried about this cut on Tatiana Suarez's knee. Like, bro, it looked like she fell off her bike. And, like, I've had some, like, bad scrapes on my knee that I'm like, And plus, the adrenaline of you in a fight, you're not even going to feel that cut. So it's kind of crazy they were, like, glazing it. In the third round, Suarez was hurt. Wei Li landed a really nice right hook on the jaw. Wei Li was dominating her in this round. Suarez was taking some hits, bro. She does have a chin, bro. But, Wei Li just looked way faster out there, looked way cleaner out there. And in the fifth round, Wei Li just out-grappled Suarez, outclassed her, dude. She basically demolished her in this fight. Great win by Wei Li. She is the women's strawweight GOAT. I'll give her that. They gotta make the fight with Shevchenko. At least make this entertaining. At least give us another super fight with Shevchenko and Wei Li for WMMA. Make that fight happen. You make Shevchenko versus Marat, winner of that gets Wei Li. I don't know. Or if Shevchenko wins, gets Wei Li. Make it exciting this year, UFC. If you're gonna give us a crappy card like that, make at least a couple super fights that we can be like, alright. But whatever. Let's move on to the main event, man. We had Dricus du Plessis versus Sean Strickland, and I picked Dricus du Plessis to win this fight. And I had a bet that Dricus du Plessis was gonna knock Sean Strickland out in the fourth round. And he almost did when he shattered his nose, and Sean Strickland goes like this to fix it. I'm like, bro, Dricus, you better bounce on it. But we're gonna talk about that right now. Dricus looked really good in this fight. He looked really good. Was landing the kick really good. His fighting style wasn't super sloppy this time. He was landing the really crispy shots on Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland does not improve it when the fight continues, bro. He just keeps on with the teep kick and the kick. And whenever, like, you're gonna, like, his defense, his boxing defense is basically him going out like this. And whenever he's out like this, basically what Dricus du Plessis was doing was pairing the lead hand that he's blocking with a jab and shooting over. And sometimes he would land against Strickland. But in that first round, Dricus du Plessis, he did really good landing the body shots. Sean Strickland didn't land really any crazy shots like that. In the second round, Sean Strickland wasn't throwing, and Dricus du Plessis just kept up with the body shots, dude. And he was up 2-0 against Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland was just there. He looked a little frozen out there a little bit. And he was just throwing the same little jabs and teep kicks or whatever. In the third round, DDP decided to go a little crazy. He landed a spinning back fist. Later on that round, he would land a spinning elbow too. DDP just dominated this fight. Dominated Sean Strickland. In that fourth round, DDP overhand right. It wasn't an overhand right, but it was a right hook that shatters Sean Strickland's nose. Heavy shot. You can see Sean Strickland go and fix his nose real quick, and I'm like, yo, DDP, bounce on that, please. You can give me a little bit of money. But dude went out there and just kind of like, was like, looking for the finish, but not really looking for it. He was just, there trying to just, But I'm gonna be honest with you. After that, it was over. Like, after that, I was kind of like, all right. Like, Sean Strickland, like, they literally went. His corner, Eric Nixon, told him, "Yo, you don't gotta finish here. You're done. You lost." And he basically went out there, 5th round, teep kicks and kicks. Didn't really do much. But yeah, Dricus du Plessis, man, what a win! Dominant win against Sean Strickland. First fight was really close for these guys, but Dricus du Plessis wins it here. I don't know what's next for Sean Strickland. I don't think they're gonna put him up against Adesanya. They might put him up against Imavov maybe, but we know what's next for Dricus du Plessis. It is Chimaev. Dana White confirmed it. I don't know why Dricus du Plessis was looking for the super fight against Pereira. I know for the money. Calling out Pereira and everything. I know everybody wants the super fight right now. This should be the year for the super fights for UFC, bro. Like, but I think Dricus is planning to fight only twice this year. This was one of them. I think the second time he wanted to fight Pereira for the super fight, but nah, Dana White's not letting that happen. Chimaev is getting a chance for the belt, and it's gonna be really interesting because Khamzat Chimaev, dude. It's like that first round is everything. If you get out of that first round, you might have a chance of beating him and winning that fight. And Dricus du Plessis is really good like that. And I think Chimaev, with his health, he might gas out. And the way Dricus du Plessis just pounds on you and grits you out, it's kind of crazy. So really interesting fight to see. But yeah. This card was pretty decent. It was pretty okay. I'm JNeps MMA. Like and subscribe. Got more videos coming out for y'all. I'm out.